Welcome to EIPIP meeting 45. I have shared the agenda in chat. The first item listed there is general consensus for closing recent most discussion to issues. I understand we were discussing it in the last call, like how do we manage the long list of open issues and how to point people for the right place to start the discussion to link for any new proposal. I suppose we have updated the EIP1 with a strong recommendation actually to start the discussion thread at Fellowship of Ethereum Magician. But still we are receiving some of the new issues where this particular section is being used as a discussion link for new proposals. I understand a few meetings ago we decided and there was a bot which was updated to generate message for new issues saying that if this is related to proposal discussion, please create FEM thread and close this issue. Micah, I see your comment that message was supposed to be for the new contributor only.
Yeah, it's the greeter bot that gives that message out right now.
All right. Sorry, I thought that it is for all new issues that has been created, but I suppose this can be updated, and as per your comment, it doesn't look like you are against it. So what do you think? Would that be a good idea to start for every new issues?
I mean, I guess the question I have is what do we want to actually use the issues for? And maybe this is a discussion that will need a bigger forum than just you and I to hash out. But what is your initial thoughts on what are the appropriate types of issues?
That's right. I mean, this is a broader discussion. I agree. But my thought process here was like the issue and challenges, those are being faced by new people who are trying to contribute with their proposal or their ideas, in the sense like not only for discussing the proposal, but also the challenges that they are facing during the writing of it, what kind of help they are looking for. And if something stucks, maybe I'm hoping to use that particular section to be a point where people come up with their issues, and that issues could be discussed here in this EIPIP meeting in future to help out and maybe streamline more processes around EIPs and network upgrade.
So the issues would just be for basically editor discussion?
Correct. Yeah, because that is an EIP GitHub, so it should be mostly for editors discussion. Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But like I said, we'll probably need to get more feedback from other editors, see if they agree.
Yeah, I totally
easiest
agree.
way.
Yeah, please.
Easiest way is probably if you want to create a PR to EIP1 and just mention Alex, Matt, me, maybe Tim as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, this is not something that has been added to EIP1 yet, but I think it would make sense if we are in agreement, or maybe I can start with creating an issue in this issue section saying that, how about we start using this issue section for different purposes? I mean, I'm not discussing at this point, like whether or not we should close the earlier issues which were created for that. That may require a separate discussion, but at least this new. I suppose.
Was that a question? I think I missed it.
No, I mean, yeah, that was kind of a statement, but yes, I suppose we should keep it open for next meeting, or maybe I can go ahead and start discussing in the GitHub itself. We'll see what feedback do we receive there.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know today it is all on you because we have only one editor in the meeting. Sorry about putting you on the spot for this. Okay, so the next item I have added here is an appropriate placeholder for the active EIP validator. So I see this pull request, which has recently updated the README of the EIP repo. which is good. Like we should not be having the old Ruby one, and we should be redirecting to the right one. But I was wondering, like this points towards an individual's GitHub repository, which I think would not be a good practice. I understand, like currently he's a great contributor, and we would like to keep it that way. But it would be nice to have a placeholder for this EIPV, so that in future we can also get pull requests and updates from community, as well as it would be easier for us to maintain
Yeah.
rather than keeping it individuals.
This has come up in the past. Matt is totally willing to move it over to Ethereum. We just need someone from the ops team to do so.
Okay, and I'm not sure if you have any senses of what is required. Maybe I can follow up with the ops team and try to get it.
I don't know what the process is. I've never looked into moving a repo. My guess is that they just need to create a new repository named, I don't know, EIPV or whatever they want to name it. And then they would just clone Light Client's repository into that, essentially.
Makes sense.
They basically just do a little bit of Git magic.
All right. Okay. Maybe I'll talk to maybe Jamie or someone from the ops team and try to get this new repository created. Cool. Moving on to the next item, it's about an incident which was reported for pull request 4478, 4479, and then 4484 and 4485. So the thing is, I can't find EIP 722 in any of the repos. I mean, sorry, the Ethereum repo, but my understanding is all these merges are associated with that. I saw that there was some comments reverted, but I was wondering, why did it happen in the first place?
It was a bug in the auto merger. It accidentally auto merged something it shouldn't have. Is all. The user created a new EIP with a number they gave themselves. They didn't realize that they weren't supposed to, and the auto merge bot just said sure and merged it. Alita very quickly fixed that, so it shouldn't happen again. And the EIP has been moved to an appropriate location.
Yeah, right. Because I was seriously surprised. Like, it can happen once, it can happen twice. It happened 4 times. What's going on? Yeah, great. Thank you, Alita, for saving us.
Yeah, so I believe the problem was the initial PR got auto merged, and then the user was then able to edit their EIP because they now had EIP 722. And then I think Alex finally got in contact with the user and moved it to the right location, so it didn't exist anymore. So if you looked after the fact, it wasn't there.
Yeah, right. I think I looked a little late and I could not find the proposal, and that's caused my wonder. Thank you for updating that. The next item listed here is EIP's Insight. That's a monthly reporting on EIPs. So for the month of November, we have 3 new proposals introduced as draft. We have 3 EIPs, those are moved to stagnant, and 3 resurrected from stagnant, 2 to back to review, and 1 is moved to draft from stagnant. 2 proposals were moved to last call, but I suppose the review period is already ended, and now there are pull requests in the repository to move it to the final status. And there was 1 EIP which was withdrawn by the author. None of the EIPs were moved to review or the final status, but I suppose there were some non-normative changes for EIP 2681 and 2124. Some of the noticeable updates for this month were for EIP 1, where we have updated the EIP process, the process image for stagnant status. And there is now description for preamble fields to EIP 1, change in the field, review period end. It has now been updated to last call deadline. And the updated field has been removed from the template. Couple of other updates. The one is strengthening the rule for the discussion to URLs. So that's on the EIP Insight side. The next item listed here is a EIP Editors Apprenticeship meeting. We could not conduct the second meeting this week, but I have seen quite a few interest from community, and they have started contributing from on different proposals.
Yeah, nice to see.
Yeah, it is. And I also talked to a couple of people individually, and they said that we can see some of the inputs, the comments on the repo itself, but there are people who are also working in the back end, connecting with authors. There is this guy who was talking to Richard, because Richard is trying to pull his proposal back. And it's nice to see people are trying to engage themselves. I suppose we will get more.
Sorry, yeah, what do we think is the right next step to keep these people engaged? Like, how do we ideally eventually convert a couple of them to EIP editors? Like, what do we want to see? Or like, yeah, I'm curious, how, because I think we want like people to proactively do stuff and whatnot, but once they are doing it, how do we encourage them and keep them engaged so that they stick around ideally?
That is an excellent question. I still don't know why I stick around, so I don't have an answer.
Yeah, I think it's something that we need to think about. Sorry, Stefan, I saw you were unmuting. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. From my point of view, I just contributed in my first 2 bounties, and I just learning everything and having a look around. And I think what you do brilliantly is all the documentation. It's really good to get the foot in, and I think you're a strong community, and that's the base for a good onboarding. I'll report back when I've got more information from my point of view, if that helps.
Yeah, 100%. And if there's things you think are confusing or can be done better, or that are just friction points, if you can share those, that's really valuable. Because it's the first time that we have kind of a cohort of interested people. And I think we want to make sure that we don't lose people because we just have a bad process or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, will do. Yeah.
Thanks. Awesome. Thanks.
So we have planned the next meeting on December 7th, as I mentioned earlier. I hope to see more people or people coming with sharing their experience for the past 2-3 weeks, and if they have any new questions. So anyone listening to this on the YouTube, if you are interested, and by any chance, if you have missed the earlier meeting, please make sure to join this one. Otherwise, the recording will always be shared with the community. All right, that was it. And we are almost at the last item that is listed on the agenda for today, the review action item. Unfortunately, we do not have the notes for it. I was informed that it will be up later today. Sorry for the delay, guys. But I have listed it out, what were the action items from the last meeting. So I made a pull request to update the web link to text removed from bibliography from EIP 1. I see it has been approved by one of the editor, but it might require one more approval from the rest 2 editors to be merged. There is this peer made. Sorry, please.
If it goes another 2 weeks with no one else reviewing it, we can just go ahead and merge. My policy is generally, if we can get 2 editors to review, then we merge right away. If we can't, if we only get 1 person to review, then just wait a month and then merge.
Oh, all right. That's nice. Okay, and the couple of other pull requests are one to update the discussion to place and status cases. And I think it has been merged already. Yeah, there was one action item on me to create an issue where we can start looking into adding labels to PRs. I have shared the EIP bot GitHub repository with a few people in the community, like the new contributors whom we are interacting. And I'm looking forward to get some input, get some update and help from these people. I know Stefan is one of those. I shared the EIP GitHub repository. So we may be expecting some help in future. I know Alita left some comment. Unfortunately, she is not here for this meeting. She's traveling, but she left some questions and concerns that she has about this sharing responsibility or transitioning responsibility. As of now, I do not have any one single person in my mind, like who can be like taking over completely. But if we do not get anyone, I'm hoping to make it decentralized, like making these tasks bounty based and get it done. But for sure, we will be having people around to take care of ECH engineering tasks. That's all from the item listed. I know, Tim, you missed the discussion on the first item when we were discussing about the discussion tool link for general issues. So I'm hoping there, like maybe we can create an issue or pull request and tag you and rest of the EIP editors and have the discussion over there. Yeah, that's all. Anyone? Yeah, please. Anyone wants to bring anything up?
Regarding Alita's comment on or her question that she has in the agenda, I'm fine with her just picking. So if she wants to do number 2 of her options, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I mean, it's on her comfort level, like whatever she wants to do, like any thing. I mean, generally we try to label them out, and I don't think there are a lot of issues. So when there will be a lot of issues, then that can be priority based, but that's okay. Good to know. Yeah, anything else? Anyone wants to bring up? Otherwise, this is going to be one of the shortest meeting of EIPIP.
It's nice when no one shows up because they're all out. Makes it very easy to come to decisions.
Yeah, right.
I have nothing else.
Me neither.
Me
All right.
neither.
All right, folks, thank you for joining in. The one major change that I'm hoping to get it done in future is about like whatever the issues and challenges people are facing that needs to be added somewhere from where we can start getting data, because it's random and I have to search on all the Discord and the issues and GitHub's repository. So I'm hoping to make the EIP GitHub repository issue section is the section where anything that you want to be discussed or brought into attention of the EIP editors can be listed, and we can take it out and start discussing in this EIPIP meeting. So folks, if you are listening and if you have questions, comment, concerns, anything, either show up on our Discord channel or add it there in the issue section. We'll try to bring it up in this meeting. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Hope to see you in next 2 weeks. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Later.
Thank you. Likewise.